Today on r/AmITheA-Hole, a picky perfectionist gets handed back her free gift, a wine hater meets vodka revenge, and a prankster cousin gets sued straight out of college. Buckle up, Snarks, it's spicy.
Read it with a twist. Served by yours truly. I made a blanket for my sister-in-law, Amanda. I was able to give it to her last weekend. She'd asked for it in certain colors, and I didn't have any other projects on my to-do list, so I was happy to make it for her. I had most of the colors already, too, so it worked out. When I gave it to her, she was excited, and she started to look it over. I figured it was to see how it was put together since she doesn't crochet. After a little bit, she said that she loved the blanket, but she couldn't help but notice some of the little mistakes I'd made along the way. I asked her what she meant, and she pointed out some things like I'd accidentally done one row of striping instead of 3 for one section, I'd switched to the wrong color and threw off a pattern at some point, and things like that. She handed it back to me and told me that she loves my progress with it and couldn't wait to see the finished project. I told her that it was finished. She looked down at it and said that it wasn't done until it was perfect, and I'd made several mistakes that I could easily go back to correct. I was honestly dumbfounded by this. I hate the way perfectionists try to force their quirk onto others. I made this blanket for her for free out of my own free time because I love her. I told her that. She said she knows and she loves me for it, but that she wouldn't be able to use it because she wouldn't be able to focus on anything but the mistakes. I said, whatever, and took the blanket back and said that if she doesn't want it, I'll keep it. She looked surprised and said that she does want it. She just wants my best work and not something half done. I told her that if she thinks me crocheting a whole freaking blanket and making minimal errors is half done, I'd rather just keep the blanket. She's so upset with me and told me I was acting ridiculous and that it wouldn't take me long to fix it. If you know anything about crochet, you know that if I made an error on row 36 of a 1,115 row blanket, that's essentially starting over again. Anyway, I come to you all. Am I the a-hole? Okay, let me get this straight. You spend all that time crocheting a blanket with love, and someone has the nerve to say it's not finished because you didn't count your stripes like a robot? I mean, girl, this isn't a factory assembly line. It's a handmade gift, not some glitchy IKEA shelf. And half done? Please. You gave full effort and full heart. She gave back full entitlement. Honestly, OP, you did the right thing. Wrap yourself in that cozy masterpiece, make a hot drink, and block that energy like it's row 1,116. I'm currently on a solo trip in Tenerife, all-inclusive, to save having to look for places to eat by myself. The hotel has club-style seating, meaning that all tables are tables of 8, and people get sat together. Apparently, it's to encourage a sense of community and conversation. Last night, I was seated first and had a glass of wine. A family of 5 got seated at my table, 2 adults and 3 children. The mother turned to me and said, "We do not wish to expose our children to women drinking alcohol." I smiled and said, perhaps they should ask to move tables if it was an issue, but I would be drinking the wine. They noticed I was on my own and made passive-aggressive comments about this. I went up to get food, and on return, the wine had disappeared. A waiter came over and asked to see my wristband for the all-inclusive and said the family had told them I was underage and must have sneaked away from my parents. He was very apologetic and returned with a fresh glass of wine, just as the family came back with their food. Am I the a-hole for then requesting the waiter brought me the full bottle along with a couple of shots of vodka? The family stormed out of the restaurant when I drank the shots as they arrived at the table. I love this kind of energy. You're just minding your business, sipping wine in Tenerife, and this random judgmental family decides to go full morality patrol at a shared table in an all-inclusive resort. First of all, if you don't want your kids to see alcohol, maybe don't bring them to a place where it literally flows freely. Someone in the comments nailed it. Then don't take your kids to places where alcohol is served, Mormonella. I mean, exactly. And accusing you of being underage? That's not just rude, it's a whole new level of delusion. Honestly, ordering the full bottle and vodka shots, that wasn't petty, that was poetic. Cheers to you, solo traveler. You drank with class and clapped back with sparkle. My family is all on my cousin's side for this issue, and I wanted some outside judgment. My cousin, 25 male, has always been the golden child of our generation. He's funny, good-looking, and outgoing, not to mention a boy amongst girls. He's always loved to mess around and play pranks. For the record, I really dislike this cousin. I think he's irresponsible, childish, and annoying. I have had hearing problems for years. I recently got a $6,000 pair of hearing aids. Recently at my grandmother's birthday party, we were all eating and drinking on the back porch. My grandmother has a pool. My cousin decided he was going to throw me in the pool because it would be funny to ruin my hair that I just got done that day. I repeatedly told him to stop and put me down in a very serious and not playful at all tone. He threw me in the pool, and my hearing aids were ruined. Afterwards, when I told him what happened, he basically said, "Whoops, didn't know you had hearing aids now." When I told him the cost of them and that he would have to replace them, he freaked out and said, "No way." My family didn't want me to make him pay for them because I significantly out-earn him and also everyone else in the family. He was in college at the time, barely making ends meet in a call center job. His girlfriend and him have a baby and they live in a one-bedroom apartment. He refused to pay, so I took him to court. I won. He refused to make the payments after, so I took him back to court, and his wages are now being garnished for the maximum amount, which is 20% of his total wages. It pushed him over the edge of what he could afford, so he's had to work extra and drop out of college to be able to pay their rent. My family is absolutely fuming at me. I think he made one bad choice after the other, and he has never given a sincere apology during this whole ordeal. Had he given a real apology after the incident and asked if he could wait till he finished school to pay me back, I would have been fine with it. But the entitled little prick is digging his feet in at every move. Am I the a-hole? The only reason I could see me maybe being the pain in the butt is because it's affecting his child and girlfriend. Oh, wow. Where do we even begin? Let me get this straight. He physically picks you up against your will and throws you into a pool for laughs while you're wearing $6,000 medical devices. Then he says, "Whoops," like it's a spilled drink. Nah, that's not a prank. That's destruction of property and honestly borderline assault. And don't even get me started on the family's logic. So because you make more money, you're supposed to just eat the cost? No, ma'am. If you break it, you buy it. That's not revenge, that's consequences. And the part where he still never apologized. Let the wage garnishing begin. You didn't drown him. You just gave him a little splash of accountability.
And that wraps up today's r/AmITheA-Hole. Hope you enjoyed the drama as much as I did. If you did, give it a thumbs up and drop your thoughts in the comments. I read everything, even the spicy ones. And hey, if you haven't subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? Hit that button, turn on the bell, so you never miss another crazy story. I'll see you in the next one, and trust me, it's gonna be wild. Bye!